because my phone goes off because apparently I just got an email. We are back with the Social Shakedown, and I've been waiting for this shit, so we're going to go ahead and jump head first into our 5 topics for the day. Considering the week that we just had, I'm going to go ahead and start with the first topic with something that's pretty near and dear, I would say, to most of us Americans, and that is the events that happened on September 11th, about 11 years ago. I guess every person has that time in their life, like, where were you when this happened or whatever. Like, for my parents, it was, where were you when Kennedy got shot, or when Martin Luther King got shot, or, you know, something like that. Nowadays, recently, it was kind of like, well, where were you when you heard about Michael Jackson dying? Because I remember that. I was getting out of work, actually. But September 11th is one of those days for my generation, too, as to, you know, where were you, what were you doing that day. I think all of us here, unless you were playing hooky, we were in school that day.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, I was in my debate class, actually, when we first heard about it.
English. I was in English.
I was in English, too.
I think I was in history. I don't know. I don't go to school.
And, I was in debate, and my teacher had brought up the TV, and we were seeing it unfold and everything. And it's kind of interesting, because I remember not a lot of people kind of caring about it, actually. And in class, actually. We were actually having a free day that day.
Yeah, no one.
You know, where you don't
do nothing.
We had, like, no homework, none of that shit to do or whatever. And, you know, TJ brought in the TV, and of course, you know, I think it was on CNN or Channel ABC at the time or whatever, and it was just showing the same footage over and over again. But I remember looking around at the time, and it's kind of burned into my brain. I remember seeing a couple of the guys were playing cards over, like, in the corner or whatever. A couple of the girls were just, you know, huddled over there, I don't know, doing girl shit or whatever. And it almost seems like me and, like, the teacher were the only one, like, actually looking at the TV, actually looking as to what the hell was going on, you know. Did any of y'all have, like, TVs in your classes? Or?
Yeah, I did.
I saw the footage.
We were watching that, and when the whole thing, like, hit the Pentagon and all that stuff.
The replay of it.
Yeah, I remember that. I was getting ready for school when the planes hit the Twin Towers.
I was actually late for first period when I heard it on the radio, but I didn't even know what the World Trade Center was at the time.
I don't think I knew either myself. I'm not familiar.
I knew
with
the teachers knew, because class just stopped and we just saw it.
Basically,
they knew that some shit was about to happen.
Everything just came to a halt.
Time stopped that day for everybody. For those that knew what it was, knew what was actually happening, time stopped.
Did y'all ever think that after that we were going to go to war?
Oh,
I thought we were.
I felt it in my bones. Dude.
No, when you saw a plane hit a building, you're like, okay, well, at least our plane's gonna hit their building. You know what I mean? Like, that's just logic. Like, you hit us, we hit you, and that's point blank. Period.
Pretty much, yeah.
Eye for an eye. The way I see it.
Yeah, that's how it is.
I don't know. I think the one thing I remember everybody saying was that it looked like it was out of a movie. Like, it didn't look real.
Yeah, it did.
It didn't, because
it didn't look real at all. And it actually, when it hit me hard. I was like, I actually put my head down in silence. You know, I couldn't look up at the TV again.
To me, it felt like it was like disrespectful.
That's interesting. Why you say disrespectful?
Because, like, if you don't do anything to anybody else, but then they do it to you, like, there was no reason, there was no cause. It was disrespectful to me. Like, why would you do something like that? Kill so many people. off of something I don't even know that we even did to you first. I understand retaliation. I just don't understand how. To me, at the time when I was younger, it was disrespectful.
Come to think about it, how old were we?
Me, I was at least 15, maybe 16.
Let's see. I gotta think how old I am now. So I guess
We were all about 16.
probably about 15, 16.
Yeah, 15, 16,
Yeah.
in that area.
I just remember it just being crazy, man. Not pretty much believing. I remember my one teacher that me and Cromwell had actually. She was our speech teacher. She's such a hot teacher.
It was Haas?
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember her being like so frightened. Like she looked like she was just about to start crying at any minute. Like she was so scared, she was so freaked out, she didn't know what the heck was going to happen and everything. She had that kind of like that deer in the headlights look to her and everything, man. She just looked like so freaked out. And she just kept telling us, like, I'll never forget, because she kind of kept saying, she's like, I don't know if any of you believe in God, but if you have a higher power that you do believe in, please pray to them that those people are okay, and that we come out of this, unscathed and everything. And
It's hard to believe reality.
well,
It was the harsh truth that day. I mean, really. You hope for the best, but you can't. I couldn't see the best coming out of it.
well, when I look at the one thing that gets me is just that they fail, man. None of us in this generation, even I don't care what kind of background, childhood you had growing up, none of us has ever actually seen that type of destruction.
Oh, yeah.
In our lifetime.
You know, I mean, that's just something that we're technically not used to. We've never been exposed to it.
And when we do see it, we feel anger automatically. Not even knowing how catastrophic it really is, we just feel anger.
I mean, think about how many guys went out and signed up for the military after that. And I know a couple. In fact, even my algebra teacher at the time, Mr. Hawkins, he got called up, I think, within the next 2 days because he was on reserves.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember Mr. Hawkins getting called up because I had seen him before school had even started. I got there like early, and I had seen him walking out of the portable and all that. And I remember seeing him. He just kind of just waved to me. I thought he was just saying like good morning or something. That's the last time I ever saw him.
Is that the thing you ever saw, for real?
He went on reserves, man, after that. Frankly, to be honest with you, I don't even, oh man, it's so messed up. I don't even think I know what happened with him. I'm pretty sure nothing bad happened to him, because I'm pretty sure we all would have heard about it. But I don't know if he went overseas, if he, just went up north somewhere, or just went on base somewhere, or what. But, in fact, I'd have to ask Cromwell about that. He tends to keep up with those school stuff a lot more than I do.
Everything else that we don't keep track of.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, basically. But, it's interesting because this has been basically kind of like a little crazy week when it comes to American interests, as they say. Of course, we had the September 11th anniversary. I don't think you can call it an anniversary. Anniversaries usually denote good things. But after that, the next day, or overnight, should I say, you had a couple nuts, basically, overrun a U.S. Embassy, consulate, I don't know what you want to call it, but overrun a U.S. office in Libya. And somehow in the confusion, the entire U.S. staff there, that was staffed there, wasn't that many, but all of them, ended up getting killed. How they got killed, I don't even think we still know to this day. From my last hearing, I think most of them died through just smoke inhalation.
Okay.
Yeah. Just, through that. But the reasoning behind it is what gets me.
Well, what's the reason?
Okay, let me first say a disclaimer before I say what I'm going to say. Because I've been thinking it all this week, so it's been kind of really sitting on my mind. I know that I know the Islamic religion pretty good.
Okay.
And I know it pretty good as far as the theology of it.
Okay.
There's a lot of nuts out there.
A lot of nuts in which way, though?
Huh?
What do you mean by nuts?
Extremists.
Okay.
I don't like the term extremist because I don't think it goes far enough in saying what they really are. They're nuts. They need to be in a nut house. They're loony. They need to be in an asylum.
See, that's why I have a rebuttal, because to me they actually believe in what they're serving. That's why I have a problem.
No, what the problem I have is that they take something and turn it into something different.
And
they basically dilute the hell out of it and form it into something that serves their own purpose.
But if that is their religion,
it's not a religion.
They're not following the religion. In other words, they're taking the religious beliefs but altering it to their fabric of being.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
All right.
So
okay.
You take those people, because the Islamic religion does not preach something that we've been hearing in our lifetime, which is this terrorism. They don't teach that.
No, they don't.
Not even in Christianity. Granted, Christianity had it years ago with the Crusades and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it seems like every religion goes through it. But, so I don't want to sound like I'm lumping all the people of the Islamic faith or anything like that, any Muslims or anything like that, into this. They're not. It's just a select few of assholes, basically. That basically, they're looking for something. They're looking for a reason to do something. And they found it through a film that's being made here in the U.S., not by your typical average American citizen, by another
organization.
Well, I'm sorry, another former Islamic believer who he's an immigrant basically from overseas, came here to live in the U.S. He made a film about downplaying Muhammad, which is the one that in the Islamic faith, Muhammad is kind of like Jesus Christ to us.
Oh, so that's high.
If God equals Allah, Muhammad equals Jesus Christ for them.
Oh.
Okay. So he basically made this film basically saying that Muhammad is not all that, basically. So some people got wind of this on YouTube, and they use that as their reasoning for storming a U.S. embassy and getting innocent people killed. So
I say nuke 'em. Not really, but I say we should just go in, us being the United States of America, go in, neutralize the threat.
Well, supposedly we got Marines headed over there already.
Well, if we have warships, that's what you're talking about. But I'm pretty sure there are Marines on the warships. We're going to neutralize the threat. After the threat is concealed, compacted, almost degraded, how the fuck do you say that word?
Disintegrated?
Disintegrate. There you go. Disintegrated. Then we'll come back home. But you know what we won't do? As Marines, we won't make a video. We won't go on the National Geographic. We won't write a book. We'll just be like, it was just a normal task. Just throwing that out there, by the way.
True.